right, man. Listen, MIC podcast, episode 137, where everyone is a master of their own creation, man. And um, our guest today, their reputation precedes them. I'll try to do justice here. Today is a curator, a creative producer, um, fashion designer, like event planner. Really just a true Renaissance woman in the city of Pittsburgh. Today we have the Cat Burton. What's going on, Cat?
Nothing much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me.
No, thank you for making the time to show up again. Like I said, we know you're a very, very busy woman. So I think just our convo today, for people who may not know you, I don't know who that person may be, you know what I mean? But for those who may not know you, just to kind of get just a little bit of a deeper perspective about your career, who you are, and just like really like your story, yo. So yeah, again, thanks for coming through.
Yeah, of course.
I know your pops was like involved in like the theater, like a lot. So like, how would you say that shaped your creative identity, like early on, because like he was like a part of like he was like directing things on stage, right?
Yeah, he was directing, acting, singing.
That's crazy.
Starring and everything. At the local community.
Okay, yeah.
In Erie, and I was actually dancing when I was 3.
Okay.
So I had access to a stage at an early age.
Yeah, facts.
And I just saw production, the lighting, the makeup artists behind the scenes, the dressing rooms, and it was just all really cool to me. So I think in all the work that I do, and I look at it as a production.
No, I mean, of course, right? Yeah, facts. Yeah, no. So as far as dance, like, was that something that you gravitated towards, or like you were 3, you know what I mean? So like I don't think you were like, I choose dance, you know what I mean? Like was it just like something like you, I guess like when you were old enough, just kind of took to, or just like realized like this may not be my thing, but like I did like my experience in it, or
no, I actually took it through college. I was a dance major.
Oh wow, okay, word, okay.
Yeah, in the theater realm, I was kind of pushed into that area just because of where my family was and the atmosphere that I had, but definitely dancing was where I wanted to stay.
Right.
I didn't want to open my mouth on stage. I didn't want to
right.
sing. I didn't want to talk.
Yeah.
So dancing just made the most sense.
Yeah. Would you say that like I guess that was the outlet that like anchored you like like early on, like you just kind of branched out from there?
Yeah.
Okay, word. And like just as far as what you would end up branching into, like the lanes that like you'd end up finding, like what was something like again just early on that kind of piqued your interest outside of dance?
I guess it was probably like the costuming part of it.
Okay, yeah.
Adding that to the production side of things, the dance. My mom actually made all of our Halloween costumes.
That's dope.
And I always got like really into that and just creating ideas and putting concepts together.
So like just like really like as far as like again just like the costume element, like that kind of again just being like one of like the foundational things you just kind of gravitated towards, like was it mainly just you helping out your pops, like did you find other ways to again just kind of get into that lane and like express yourself through I guess like design?
Yeah, so I wouldn't call myself a fashion designer.
No, per se, right? Okay.
Or anything.
Okay.
It's a lot just like the creative concepts that
I mean
figuring out.
Design those, like I mean right.
So yes, it was the shows and just like seeing the different shows and just like the storylines and like how the clothes brought to life those storylines and things like that.
Right.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then again, it's like the makeup, it's the hair, lighting effects.
Yeah. All the elements.
Crew that's literally like bringing the sets out, the set designers. Like there's so many elements to it, and I think just like seeing all of that and realizing, just like the team that comes together to create something great.
Yeah.
Inspiring.
Like, would you say that, like I guess like the quote unquote like the chaos behind like making it all happen just like really like appeal to you? For real? That's crazy. I mean, like, it is crazy just like seeing how all those moving parts can make such a spectacle, bro, but like when that shit is coming together, that shit seems so stressful, bro. Like
it can be. I think, like I said, I have like a pretty grounding energy. So like for myself, when I'm putting a show together, a lot of the times when there are a lot of that like chaotic, stressful energies, I can bring everybody like down to like the same place and kind of like make sure that like it's gonna happen regardless.
Yeah,
Let's
facts.
just be at this level and get it done.
Yeah, just move forward. So I know you graduated from from Slippery Rock. Because like you said, like you were dancing through college. Were you a double major?
For a little bit.
Okay. And when did you graduate with a degree in dance?
No.
Okay, got you. What was your degree in again?
Integrated marketing.
Integrated marketing. Yeah, like I thought that was a very interesting degree. Like, how did you? So like like as you're going through college, like when did that major kind of come into play? Like when did you decide like kind of when did dance kind of move to the side and like you decide like let me try out something I guess in marketing, integrated marketing.
Yeah. So I actually went in undecided.
Yeah. Hey, me too.
Yeah.
They gave me that purple shirt quick. I was like, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really know what I'm doing here.
Yeah, man.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, I went in undecided. Dance had like always just been a thing for me, and it was at Slippery Rock, so I kind of just gravitated towards that department.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But then I just learned about the marketing department, and I had people telling me actually about like PR.
Okay. Yeah.
And
all right.
I didn't know what like public relations was.
Yeah.
And the behind the scenes of the people, they describe it as like the people helping celebrities be who they are, essentially.
Facts. Yeah.
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 And they're kind of like curating that story
Facts.
for people. And
How do I apologize? Yeah. Yeah.
create this persona
Right.
for the world.
Right.
And like that's essentially what like all marketing is, advertising and everything. So I just thought that was super interesting, and I took a couple classes, and I was like, oh, okay, like I can do this. And stayed that lane.
How'd you find out about like the marketing in school?
Just like being around. I was in a mentorship program called Jumpstart, and so we had like a group of us that were mentees and mentors, and just kind of like talked to each other. And some of the mentors were in that major, and they just told me about it, and just thought it was interesting.
Yeah, no, facts. So as you're going through college, would you say that like because I mean, you went in undecided, like, but I guess by the time you graduated, would you say that like your career path was pretty clear? Because I mean, I'm also a communications major. I just know what that grind was. Like just like you like a little quick little story. So like, so my college career was very just tempered. You know what I mean? Like, so again, like you, I went to Penn State. I came in undecided. I had no fucking idea. Like again, I thought school was an option. Like I did not, that facet, like the educational facet, like at least that first semester, like it just wasn't a factor. So like I damn near almost failed out, and then, like GPA took a hit. So like after I resuscitated, you know what I mean, fucking got my GPA out its coma, like what I was eligible for major wise, like one of it was telecommunications, super broad degree, but it was just something again like my GPA qualified for. So I was like, let me fuck around with that. But like there was no like draw to telecommunications or like wanted to get a communications degree. So like coming out of college, like I know like that degree could be pretty broad, and like all the jobs in that lane want experience, like at least 5 to 10 years, like for some entry level gigs, like it's pretty crazy. So I mean, just like for you, like was it pretty much like more the same as far as that, or like did you kind of have like a clear like, all right, like I'm gonna graduate and go for this lane?
No.
Okay, yeah, right, yeah, facts, yeah.
Like I again was just kind of figuring it out on my way. Like you said, I was also failing classes, like oceanography and the things. That was not a thing.
Yeah, right. So I was learning about the ocean, man. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do with? Yeah, no, fact. Shout out to the ocean. Yeah,
it wasn't my lane.
Word.
And actually in college, I put together my first fashion show as a program.
That's crazy.
So I was working for the Office of Multicultural Development. So like the Black Action Society, and we had Soul, which was like the group for Hispanic Latinas and allies.
Okay, yeah.
Things like that. And we were putting together like productions in these groups.
Yeah,
that I
facts.
was in, and I kind of didn't put that together really until like recently.
Yeah, facts.
Because it was just like my group of friends. Like my friend was a fashion designer. She made all the clothes. We did like a Day of the Dead showcase.
Oh, that's hard. Yeah.
We did like Mexican folk tales. So then like I would like curate the storylines and like bring the models in and kind of choreograph the show and everything. And I was like doing that, but it wasn't in my head. That wasn't a career path. I was
interesting
doing that for fun.
Yeah, and like it's like like a lot of the career paths and like communications, like they really aren't defined. Like people really just do what they fuck with, and like it just ends up becoming like a thing. Like so like when like what just even gave you the spark in college to like even do your own fashion show? Like what led to that?
So I was just like sitting in the office one day, and Miss Corinne, shout out to Miss Corinne, she just kind of asked me, she's like, Kat, do you have any ideas for programming? Like, we are looking for programs for like certain milestone, not holidays, but days.
Yeah. Facts. Yeah, facts.
So, Women's History Month had been coming up.
Okay.
And I put together a show for Women's History Month.
Okay.
And we highlighted different women throughout history, and the girls on the show, they dressed up as them from like those different decades.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, and we like sourced clothes and like put all of that together.
That's dope. Yeah,
that was my first, I guess, taste of putting together a production.
100%. Yeah, I mean, and just again, like we spoke about the chaos. Those type of just events take to run. I mean, with your first taste of that, and again in college, bro, like you think you're this grown person with all these mental facilities, but just even like looking back, like how did you handle just the different aspects of like putting that together?
Actually, no, like it's funny because when I look at it, like that was never a stress point for me.
That's crazy. Yeah. Okay. So
kind of that shows like, that's probably where I should have been like focusing in on. But like a lot of my like professors knew that.
Interesting.
Because I would sit in class and like I just can't take tests. I don't know what it is. Like I'll like twist around questions in my head and be like, well, maybe it's this answer. Like, it's not.
Maybe John means this, and that's why he has 3 apples. Yeah.
So I had one professor, and he was like, you just put on this like huge fashion show like in the student center, and you have all these people involved in it. He's like, you're not comprehending like the content.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Like, I don't know like what's going on.
Is it me?
Yeah. Like so we like had that, and he's like, no, like you're on the right path and everything. Like you're good. And like honestly, I feel like I only passed because I was able to do like that big. Yeah.
And then he was like, yo, she passed us off the strength of that. Like I can't fit. Like know, I gotta give her. Yeah. Right.
It was like within the department. Like it is like a marketing thing.
Okay.
Like, a conceptual thing. Like they saw that I had a good idea and understanding of what I was learning. I just wasn't able to execute it in the traditional education.
Interesting. Yeah, no, that's super dope. I mean, like, what was? I mean, like, I imagine it was fire, but like, what was just like the reception you were getting after the other show?
It was great. Yeah, it was really fun. Everybody was super glad to be a part of it, and I think that was another cool strong point for me.
Yeah,
bringing people together and like giving them like their kind of voice within something that I put together.
100%. Yeah, facts.
Yeah, and then like honestly, I kept doing programs for the departments, and I was in a lot of different offices and clubs and organizations. So throughout the rest of my like college career, that was my sophomore year that I did that.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's nuts, bro. I mean, what were you like 19?
Yeah.
Dude, man. I mean, dog. Like it's. And it shouldn't be understated, bro. Like again, I mean, just like your professor said, that's some fucking serious shit, bro. Like again, if you give any 19-year-old the facilities and resources that like you may have had to handle, bro, who knows what comes out of that? Like you're giving the 19-year-old, just this super autonomy. You feel me? So like but like. Again, and like just from even our conversation right now, like I can tell like your demeanor, like I might go to war like with you, like dead ass though. Like the amount of calm is just like like we just go to war. I mean, we beat the other side, like that's it. Like what do you want to do? Like with like what else would we do? Like not like and like I really fuck with that. And like that is really a gift to be able to just like unwavering like. Just chaotic scenes like that, what I mean? Just so like you can attack it the way it needs to be attacked.
Thank you.
No, 100%. So what year did you graduate?
2017.
17. Okay, word. So, and like that's just like a few years before. I mean, shit just started popping for you. I mean, like, and I mean, really, like in like 2019, like you was on it, like you know, like not too far, like after graduation. And like I just want to know like what, because like I think like when like you're big, and like you know, correct me if I'm wrong, like one of like your most prominent positions, like you know, out of college was the facilities manager at the Marcus Wilson Center.
Yeah.
So like in like that like kind of 1.5 2 year gap, like what was life looking like for you, and then like how did that lead into the role at the August Wilson Center?
Yeah. So I actually moved to DC after college.
Fire shout out to DC. Yeah,
Loved
I'm from Maryland originally, so yeah, know a little bit about DC.
Okay.
Word.
Cool. Yeah, my cousin actually lived in Virginia, so I was like,
Okay.
I'm gonna go stay there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a career here.
Yeah,
and,
facts.
do all the things.
Right.
But again, didn't have the experience. DC is really hard to navigate.
Yeah. Man makes plans and God laughs. Like, yep.
Yeah, essentially. My
Yeah, right.
Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, I was working there for a little bit, and that just like wasn't working out for me. And something was telling me to come back to Pittsburgh. And like a lot of my friends from Slippery Rock were still here, and I don't know, like something was pulling me back here.
Was it just like I guess like trying to find like a job thing, or just like pretty much facts.
And I actually ended up applying to the convention center.
Okay, yeah, okay.
And that was my first job in Pittsburgh as the operations coordinator.
That's dope.
Yeah, so I was learning a lot behind the scenes of like how conventions were running.
Yeah, facts, right.
Yeah, and then just like my boss was the facilities director.
Okay, copy.
The convention center. So
okay,
like, he was doing like lots of like big capital projects, and I was just kind of helping him take on the details.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was working there, and then adjacently, I actually brought that Women's History Month fashion show to Pittsburgh.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
damn.
It was like, I don't know, do my day job.
Yeah, right.
Working on things. And that one was called Style by Example.
Yeah. Facts. And like I do wanna, we'll get into that like you know later, but like I just want to get to like the journey of like you know what led to that, and then like just like even like you know entering you know like the space of, like the August Wilson Center, and just like kind of seeing that. You know just like you know happen, and again like you know again as you know like a lot of like I wouldn't even say like would you consider that job in the realm of communications?
No. So
you know
so I guess that was my like I don't know, bringing the arts with the facility.
Facts.
What I was doing at the time.
And it's just like I saw that to say, because like again, like for a lot of these positions, and really just like across the job market as a whole, for whatever reason, like for like a lot of entry level gigs, or just like a lot of like first you know time jobs, like you know again entry level, like they want experience, which is kind of wild. But like in that role, did you? I like because like I don't want to like did you feel like you need experience, but like was it just like a lot of like learning on the job, like do you think that like you didn't necessarily need experience to do the job, and like you just being able to learn on the fly is a skill that if you got that you can rock? Like
I think jobs in general are a lot about who you know.
100%.
Yeah, I got lucky honestly, because I went over there one day, like I was at the convention center. I wanted to be in a more art-centered space.
Okay, word, all right.
And I was just going over there to like work at the box office, like part-time, and be like, hey, I just want to be in the space. How do I get around this group? And my friend Cece had been working there at the time, and she was like, well, let me introduce you to like one of the managers who's hiring. And they were hiring a facilities manager, and they saw the experience I had at the convention center working there, and they were like, well, you could do this job, and they said I would be like working under him, and I would like be learning it as I went. So it was like a little bit of both, of like knowing someone that was already in this
absolutely space, right,
and then just being able to execute in the previous experience
facts. When you were you know watching the facilities director, like what's something that like surprised you about the gig, like just like you know kind of watching them work?
The capital projects I think was like super interesting.
Yeah,
to me. I didn't realize how connected everything was. Like I'm obviously not a sports girl.
But,
like just seeing the convention center being connected to like the different sports, not entertainment centers, whatever they are, the fields and like PBG and things like
facts.
that. I just didn't realize everything that was going into the planning and execution of that. So that was pretty cool.
Or like, did he impart anything on you specifically that just kind of stuck with you, like, during I guess y'all's time together
at the convention center or August Wilson Center?
August Wilson.
Oh yeah, he taught me a lot. But he actually ended up leaving.
Yeah.
So basically, what he taught me was that I'm capable of doing anything.
No shit.
And,
like my job.
Like here
you go. I'm out.
yeah. But honestly, eventually, like, that is the kind of job that like experience is important.
100%. And like that's where I'm about to literally contradict myself. Where it's just like, yeah, like experience is definitely helpful.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, it's like I don't think it's super necessary, at least to kind of get your foot in the door somewhere. Because how else are you going to get that experience that, like, helps you later on? Where it's like, if you're asking for a decade of experience off the top, it's like, the fuck, well, I just left school. Like, where you want me to get that from? Like,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I was learning. So they do like their jazz festival every year.
Okay, word, all right.
And I was like watching like the behind the scenes of like those things happening. Like I got to meet Patti LaBelle and like stuff like that.
Fire, that's hard. Yeah, that's
like,
crazy.
In like really cool rooms. And they actually had an exhibit space. It was like a rotating exhibit space.
Oh, okay.
And I had never been adjacent to like an exhibit space before. And so I learned just like the process of like deinstalling the artwork and installing the artwork and bringing in new artists, like the act of just like curating in general in that world of things. So I learned a lot in my time.
Yeah, facts. No, 100%. And just kind of leads me into like, my next question. You mentioned earlier, your debut fashion show, Style by Example, man. You brought the Women's History Show, over to the Burgh. Again, an event like that, you had the experience in college, like, but we're on like a little bit of a bigger stage now. This is like a city, event. And like the stakes are like just a little bit higher. You know what I mean? So like, what was it like? What was the process like? Again, just even bringing the show, from Slippy Rock over to the Burgh, and like, as your debut event, like what's going through, your head mentally, and just like how was it putting an event together of that caliber as your debut event? Like,
yeah. So honestly, like I was just doing it because I wanted to do it.
Word
like,
up. Yeah. Word.
That was the first and foremost.
Yeah, facts.
But yeah, I really took the concept and focused in on a specific concept for like Women's History Month. And
what was the concept?
We took the decades, so we went from the 1920s through today, and each decade was styled by a different stylist.
Yeah.
And we were like sourcing clothes and everything. So I had like a lot of support from like my family, my grandma. I would like go get clothes from her house. My roommate at the time, like she supported everything that I did, so like that was so helpful to have people around.
Facts.
Or just like, okay.
Did you thrift a lot too? Like, yes. Okay, where facts.
So that was where kind of like the fashion would come in.
Yeah, facts.
Putting that together, but also like allowing people to have that like autonomy of like your section. And
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then like I brought in like dancers and performances and choreography, just like all the different aspects of the show.
Oh yeah.
So it was like really giving a lot of people an opportunity to shine within their own craft while putting on like a bigger production.
Yeah.
Again, so just cool to see cool opportunities for the city. Like a lot of people that were like in that show then like went further in their careers. So that's cool
hard
to see. Yeah.
Was that like the first show for like a lot of people that like you were working with? Well, that's crazy. Damn, yeah.
I don't know. I just like came into Pittsburgh and was like, hey,
on some bullshit. Yeah. You're like, y'all gonna feel me in the 412. Like, you must feel me, bro. Like, and so like, what just, and because like, I'm gonna guess just because like you through the event in the past, like there was some comfortability there. But like, why like the the woman show specifically, or just like the Women's History show specifically?
Yeah, I think it was just like I had done that one
comfort level. Yeah,
but. Yeah, I thought the decades was really interesting.
No, yes, fire. Yeah, for sure.
And I just thought there was a lot of room to grow with that. Like after I did it, I was like thinking about taking it and like doing it multiple years and having different stylists come in and like take on different aspects.
Yeah,
of the
that's
case, 'cause there's
hard.
so
Yeah.
much, like,
No,
style.
literally. Yeah. Yeah. Facts.
Yeah.
100%.
It just never it came to life.
Yeah,
Just
nah, man,
wondering.
that's dude. Like, bro, I saw that. I'm just like, yeah, like you just came in the city. All, yeah, y'all gotta feel it. Like, no, it's very impressive. And like, again, to even see like, or like, Tom, he said like, a lot of people that was like, their first event, and then they're going on to like, just blossom, have their own careers. Like, I mean, just like even to like, what does a moment like that mean to you? Just like even in hindsight, like.
No, those are like really beautiful
Right.
moments to me. I think one thing that I need to work on more is just like taking in those moments.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
And I've just been thinking lately of going back. Like I still have all the pictures and everything, but like I really need to like have more like documentation of like
Yeah.
scrapbook or like something.
Yo, yeah, literally, I don't take pictures of
Yeah.
shit like literally, man. It's bad. There's like of like no dope stuff, but like I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's really great for me to see the impact that it has.
100%,
people
yeah.
involved, and then just to see that they can grow within themselves, they can grow with me if we're aligned in that path.
Yeah.
Like, it's a nice community builder.
Yeah, 100. Like, was there connections you had to make to find the venue, or like did you just do that like off the strength? Like,
Yeah, at the time it was Spirit.
okay, I mean, yeah, all right, here you go, all right,
We
okay,
had gone there
okay,
before, and I was like, hey, how do I do this here?
yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, give her a show, yeah.
Well, and then I like
That's
funded
hilarious.
it.
Yeah,
so,
right.
But it ended up like selling out.
Hell yeah.
Oh, you're like doing something.
Yeah.
Something. I don't know what yet. But
That's ill.
Yeah.
And so just even like, post graduation, like, what are your thoughts about just like, your career, just like, even like, post August Wilson Center, and like, just even, throwing your own show at this point? Like, do you have a concrete idea of like, which route you want to go at this point?
Honestly, no. Like I was I was confused.
Just doing.
for, like,
Yeah,
a second.
facts.
Like I was definitely like doing things, but I didn't have
Still no
like, a
direction.
specific
Yeah, right.
career path.
Yeah.
Which makes sense now because I've kind of like forged my way.
Literally,
into
yeah,
the
facts.
goals that I
Mhm.
have. And
Yeah.
I'm learning that I'm somebody that's just kind of creating my path.
Yeah, facts.
So-
And again, just like a lot of people, just like really in like, if you want to just bubble like the entertainment field ish, you know what I mean? Just like, it's not directly, but it's just like, a leg of that. Like, it's just, again, these jobs are not defined.
Yeah.
Like, by any, like, there's not one way. I mean, bro, anyone in this industry in whatever level it is, like, they don't have the same entry point.
Right.
At all, which is insane. Like just everyone's entry point is just, it's different. I bumped into, like, I was getting coffee, bumped into this person, boom, I met this person. They're just like, oh, I went to school with this person, and like oh, like I've been doing since I was a kid. Like, it's like no one's point is exactly the same. So like, you're writing the manual for like, someone who like, may have that same inclination as you do, and like, is going into high school right now, or middle school right now. It's like, yo, like, there's no one that's doing what I fuck with. Like, how do I vocab? Oh, wait, she did. Oh, wait a minute. I kind of fuck with. Oh, damn, that's how she. And then it just starts a whole. One of our guests, and this is just like some ill shit to me. Like, I don't know if you know GNM of Glowtree.
No, I just heard of them.
Yeah, yo, but like, Gloria, GNM, she made her own major in college.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah,
dog. She told me, I was like, that's some ill shit. I'm like, yo, you could do. They should have told me that early. Like, right. Bro, I could have been like, bro, who knows what I would have been, an astronaut DJ. Like, who knows? Like, for real. So, nah, man. I'm like, again, just like, I don't think there's any, thing to be, or to hold it against yourself to like, you were necessarily confused, like, didn't know. Like, again, you're making this shit up, like, and then
I look back at it now and I was stressing for nothing. Like,
I mean, right, but like, it's tough in the moment because like, it's like your first event ever, so like, of course you're gonna fucking stress, like, make sure it goes well. But and just like, as far as like the elements of that, like, was there like any elements of putting that together that like you found difficult or hard, or just like, like this is kind of like difficult to get past? Like, did it all just kind of happen? Not seamlessly, but like, did it just all like, was it just like pretty much a smooth, like, okay, we got the venue, need personnel, need the outfits, dancers, all that stuff, like?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know why, but that's like my strong suit.
I mean, nah,
I don't know
there's
what
your
it
gift right
is.
there. Yeah,
Yeah,
it just
like
is what it is.
I
Yeah,
have like a directory in my head. I'll like see somebody
yeah,
that did something like a couple years ago, and I'll be like, wait, no, you can do this,
yeah.
and like,
Facts.
yeah.
Hmm.
So no, I don't really have any like roadblocks that I hit at that time.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, just like putting it together like on your own is
Yeah,
always gonna
facts.
be. But like I said, I really did have support of the
Nah,
people
man,
around
that's
me,
that's
and
that's super
so, yeah.
dope. So would you say like I guess the reception or the success of that event kind of led to you creating your own agency and create art together?
Yeah.
Which is a fire name, by the way, like acronym for fire, bro. Like that's what I'm just like. It's cheeky. That's
Thank you. Thank you.
cheeky. That's fire though.
Yeah. Create art together. I'm trying to. It definitely came after that because I
Yeah,
was like,
facts.
okay, I have all these ideas. What do
Mm-hmm.
I do with them?
Yep.
And I guess it was just like it was a couple years of me just kind of helping other people like with their concepts
Yeah.
and their visions.
Right.
Um, I worked with Mia Marshall of Luxury Hair,
Okay.
and
That's fire.
we put together a hair fashion show as well.
Oh,
So
okay. Wait, break that
yeah,
down.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yeah, what
yeah.
went into that?
Yeah. We had like a whole team with us, but essentially, it was called House of Luxury.
Hmm.
So again, like each section, somebody took it on. Like I actually styled one of those sections. And
Oh shit. Okay.
yeah.
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 And it was just like the different concepts for that, but like Mia did all the hair for the show.
Okay.
So it was kind of like her vision.
Okay.
For
Shook.
that,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
then I helped,
Copy.
like produce the
Okay.
production of
Okay.
it.
That's dope. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, so that was cool. I'm trying to think other projects. I did this one called Reclaimed Roles
Hmm.
when I first got to Pittsburgh, actually.
Okay.
And it was shown at Social Status, but basically we
What
took,
is source? Is that a venue or?
yeah, it's a store.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not
downtown.
hip. Okay. Word. All right.
Yeah, it's downtown and in East Liberty, like
Huh. Okay.
streetwear
Okay.
clothing.
Word. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm gonna go check that out. Yeah. I never heard of it.
yeah,
Okay.
no, it's cool. But yeah, when I first got here, that was like the first time I got to like show work, and I partnered with the photographer Joe Lowry,
Okay.
and I like told him the concept, and I was like, "Can we like do this?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, okay.
Yeah. Word.
So basically, we took popular movies that were predominantly white
Okay.
characters, or like had white actors playing the main characters, things like that, and reclaimed them with minority models.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which movies like off the top of your head do you
We did,
remember?
like the Blues Brothers.
Fire stuff.
Yeah. What is it? Kill Bill,
Tough.
Sound of Music. Yeah.
Bro, my mom loved that movie,
Yeah.
bro.
It's like
Dog, that's one of my mom's
insane.
favorite
Yeah.
movies, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The musical theater kid in me.
Yeah,
comes out.
no. The hills are alive. What's the sound? No, bro. She loved that. That's crazy though. But yeah, facts.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, I
and, like, we
love
had
that
those
concept.
pictures, and it was cool. It was something, but like again, it's just like that like conceptual
Yeah.
ideas that I was just kind of producing.
Yeah, messing around with. Just even in like the act of like creating your own agency, like what's the thought process like, but behind that? Just like, did you just want just someplace you could house all your collaborative efforts pretty much? Was that like the
Yeah.
thought behind that?
At the time,
Okay.
I actually struggled a lot with it.
Interesting. Okay.
Um,
Like what facets or
I for a long time was like not able to like own my work, and
Really?
not own it, but like a lot of what I do is collaboration with other artists.
Yeah, okay, yeah, right.
And I'm so okay with like
Just
giving away.
giving, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it was hard for me to like really own that I had a business and that I can like take something and I'm still kind of like struggling with it.
Interesting.
And it's easier for me to work with like organizations and things like that. But
Yeah.
like I'm learning that my path is kind of like I said, like I am creating my path.
You're making it, yeah. You're making the manual right now. Yeah, facts.
So working through that was definitely that was probably like a
Yeah,
big struggle.
yeah,
that I
no,
had.
facts.
Yeah.
And then like at the point where like you're taking this on, like in your creative journey, like how did it feel to again take on something like creating your own agency at this point? Because I mean, like, it just sounds like you're at this point just on all momentum. Like, yo, I'm coming off the fashion show.
Yeah.
Like I want to do an agency. Like I feel like I should, do that. Like,
Yeah, and I guess like I said, like I never really like promoted it crazy.
yeah,
Like there's a whole Instagram page for it. And
no,
I
yeah,
don't,
facts, yeah,
I don't touch it anymore.
yeah.
But yeah, like I said, it was just like putting all the ideas somewhere, and then I don't know, it felt like a lot of pressure for me to take on to continue like doing these projects, and like I said before, math is not my strong suit.
Yeah.
There was a lot of aspects to it that I was like, oh, business is real.
Yeah,
it stresses
man.
me
Yeah,
out,
facts.
I don't actually want to take this on.
Yeah, man. And I mean 100%. And like, creatives and, entrepreneur. Well, like, I guess entrepreneurs are creative, whereas like a square is a rectangle, but a rectangle isn't the square. You know what I mean? But it's like I guess entrepreneurs are creatives, but like creatives aren't necessarily entrepreneurs. You know what I mean? So it's like as far as like they have the ideas and like the energy, but the business aspect of it is just like I don't care to just fog my brain up with marketing, numbering. Like I just want to do my thing. Like would love to get paid for it. You know what I mean? But it's just you handle that. So like, do you plan on like revisiting? Well, not revisiting because like it's still like an active in life thing, but like just a more concerted effort towards the business side, like just like in the future, or like do you kind of have like plans for that, or
I have people around now that really support from me and have helped me kind of like refocus in on that and like show me that it's not so scary. But it's interesting because it's like figuring out what that business necessarily is.
Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And like those combos can it just kind of and not necessarily with like who's helping you like on the business side, but just like with who you're collaborating with. It's just like it can kind of get like with people that don't understand.
Right.
Because like it's business is just business. That's just what it is. Like it is the thing. Like there's not necessarily like any feelings about it. Like it just is what it is. So I mean like I totally get that. And then just even like as far as collaboration, because again like that is a big part of your work and like how you move. Like up to this point, like how have you seen yourself grow in just collaborating with people, and just like what have you seen just in the way you work, or just like the way you like respond to certain things? Or
I think it's interesting because I don't know if it's what you said before of like the column energy, just like being able to get things done and like execute, but there was a moment where a lot of artists were coming to me to manage them.
Oh, for real?
And like while I can take it on, that was like super stressful.
Man. Yeah, it's a lot, bro. It's a lot.
Yeah, and it never worked out. Like,
hell, bro, no, bro, like, bro, cause like that's how Mike came in the industry, was like managing like someone else, and it's just like he was doing a good job as a manager, but it's like you can't make someone listen to you, and it's like you're not even coming at it from that angle, like yo, you have to listen to me, but it's just like if we're both working on trying to get you to a thing, like there's gotta be some give and take, you know what I mean? And it's just like, dog, I can't even imagine what you've been approached with. Like,
it's a lot.
Yeah, bro.
And
like,
it's always like I always have the intentions to support.
Of course, right? I mean that's where it starts, and then it's like you're dealing with people, and it's just like, and this is like also nothing specific, but just with creatives across the board, artists, like it's a special, man, like it's personalities. It's like the way people work. Like you got to find out, how this person takes, like how they receive a message. Like it's just, oh my God, I can't even imagine. Like,
And I think like another struggle for me was that as much as I like hiding behind the scenes, I kind of think it wasn't working for me because I was supposed to be doing my own thing.
Okay,
like,
right.
I felt really boxed in.
Right.
Else's dream.
Right.
Like, So that was a point of like contention for me to kind of figure out and work through.
Like did you like end up like kind of managing someone, or just like even like trying it out?
I've helped a lot of people.
Okay.
And like all great people.
Yeah. No.
That are doing
Facts.
their thing and thriving. And it's, yeah, like I said, like it just like never was aligned with
Facts.
where I was supposed to be at the time. And I had to like learn that. Everybody has to like learn their lessons.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting though to like see and navigate the Pittsburgh arts community.
100%.
I have, and like I know a lot of people, and a lot of things have been brought to me. I've seen a lot of things, done a lot of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's, I don't know, you kind of gotta just like forge your path, and when you're aligned to something, when you're not, you also know.
Like you actually know, like listen to that too, like like when something like is clicking for you, like listen to that, but when it's not, also listen to that, like. And also, like, you guys say, like, no names, but like as far as like the managing experience, like what is like a moment that you remember that just like kind of turned you off, and just like, okay, you know what, let me get back to my own shit, like.
I think there were some things with like structure, like organizational structure.
Yeah, right,
and like
right.
I said, it's just like the artist mindset is like they're really there to focus on their art, and
Right.
they're bringing me into
Zero structure.
Yeah.
Opposite of structure. Yeah.
And it's like when I'm overexerting myself to a point,
trying to help you do something. It's
and
just
it's
like,
not being, sometimes it's like very much reciprocated, and
Yeah.
they're great, and they do want to like hear everything that you're saying, but like other times it's just like, nah,
That's
you're
great.
just not on the same page.
That's what I'm saying. It's like bro, I'm not gonna force you to fucking, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
right? Like, nah, 100%. So like, how does that, just like even like managing like aside, just like being collaborative, like how have you seen like just like again, like how do you approach it now?
Yeah, now it's when I have that like idea or concept, it's me bringing in people to help bring that vision to life.
Right.
And it's me owning that idea.
Facts.
Which wasn't always the case.
Yeah.
So that's important for me now, is to like remember that like you're on your path. People can come with you, of course, but like just remember to make sure that like I'm taking care of myself, and listening to the thoughts, taking care of the vision, the execution, and everything, and just making sure that I'm like attuned with the idea itself, because like that's when it thrives. Like
100%.
Every single time, like it's been when I actually like take my
and there's like
skills,
there's energy behind it.
myself,
Yeah. There's energy,
Yeah.
enthusiasm behind it. Like, and just like a quick, just like a one more on collaboration before we move on. Like, do you think that collaboration, or just like I just want your perspective on like if you think collaboration helps like with burnout at all? Because I know like if you're doing something like Dolo, like it's super easy just to get like burnt out.
Yeah.
And I've also have learned that like burnout doesn't mean that like you don't like the thing.
Right.
It's just like your energy state at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just like being like, yo, like I can't even, like I know I love this thing, but it's just like I can't even put energy towards it right now, which sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then like that's fucked. So like, do you think that like there's an element of like that collaboration helps with that at all, or like?
I do. I think that the give and take with collaboration,
Right,
just, like,
facts.
ideas and tasks, even, and like I don't know, just sharing.
Energy. Yeah. No, facts. Right.
For sure, but I do think it can backfire.
Facts.
Like I'm an introvert.
Yeah, right.
I really
Dog. It's
want to talk that much.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like it's collaboration is beautiful, man.
Yeah.
It really is. Like it's very weirdly underrated.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, like it does require a vetting process, bro. It cannot be everybody, and that vetting process should be different for everybody, bro. Like it's just but once you make it past these walls, it can be lit. Yeah. Like 100%.
And then navigating when something doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, right. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, facts.
Also, just a part of life and growing and figuring out where people are at, and again, like people's journeys. Everybody's on like a different
man.
Path,
Yeah,
and, like,
it's different.
That time that's wonderful and beautiful, and see what you can create, and then like go on.
Yeah, man.
And support.
100%. No, man. There's thank you for that perspective as well. So again, you're doing a lot of incredible work. As we speak, you currently serve as the creative arts manager over at the Children's Museum, and like you're also a curator for Museum Labs, which is like super dope. You've been working there for like a few years now. Like what was life looking like for you when you were approached with these opportunities?
Yeah. So I actually had left the August Wilson Center.
Okay.
Because it was stressful.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just I didn't need to be fixing elevators.
Yeah.
Yeah. Essentially, it was not.
I'm Bob the Builder now and shit. Yeah.
And I'm not. Yeah. So yeah.
Cat the Carpenter, you know what I mean? Here to, you know what I mean? Do what it does. Nah, that's hilarious.
Yeah, so I was in between jobs.
Yeah.
And I was actually like just like working I think I was at the mall. I was at like Swarovski.
Okay. Yeah.
And just like working just to
pocket a few crystals, you know what I mean?
I'm sure.
Yeah. Still a few diamonds, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's it. Yeah, right?
Yeah. But no, they were actually like a super cool brand to like be working.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure. Yeah,
so
yeah. That's fire.
Cool time. But yeah, I was just like trying to figure out like my next path.
Yeah, right.
And I applied to the Children's Museum and like literally got a call the next day.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this was like months of me like working.
Yeah, sure, right.
So it didn't just like happen overnight. But
right.
when I did apply to that one,
they got back to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I know I was like, okay, this is like probably a thing.
Facts, yeah.
Yeah. And I came in as the creative arts manager, and it's funny though because they were impressed with the fact that I had been doing my own shows in the city, but also had that facility like just knowledge because of all the exhibits that we bring in, and the behind the scenes and all of that. So like it was kind of like the perfect merriment. Like at the time I didn't know, but
right.
Doing that job definitely helped me get to the next steps.
Of course. Yeah. When you first entered that, I mean, new space, new people. Was it like did you feel invigorated? Did you feel nervous? Like, I mean, like what was the energy behind that?
Definitely invigorated.
Okay.
I kind of just again went off jumping.
Yeah.
My first programming idea. So my job was to enhance the exhibit space with community artist programming.
Interesting. Okay.
So I got to create the programs that were happening, which was
right.
super cool for me. I think Face Value was the first exhibit that was there.
That's crazy, yo. Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah.
How'd you even go about like just even? I mean, because like when they tell you that, you're just like, damn. Like, I mean, it's dope that like you have that autonomy, but it's just like, now what are you about to do? You know? Yeah. I mean, no, facts. But like, was it like excitement or just like it's like, all right, like, dope. Now what do I do? Like, yeah.
I don't, again, like I think again, like aligned. Like I really was like, no, I have the ideas.
Facts.
They heard me out, and it just like worked.
Mm-hmm.
It was a really affirming thing for just like everything that happened.
Right.
And kind of bring people into the space.
Yeah.
That like might not have been able to be in there before. Like that was really important for me at the time. Just bringing them along the journey, again, like the collaboration.
Yeah. And I mean, just like even like with like your prior experience, like again, like you didn't like, because like it's like it's a momentum thing, son. Like, cause like you have all these resources now, but it's just like you've thrown events. Like you're just in a different setting, just creating like just throwing creating events and like throwing them and like creating programs, like throwing them in. Like when you are create, because like I know they give like we want, or you tell me how it is, like do they just give you something like, oh, like this is what we want, but here are the ingredients, you make something, or is it just like this is what we want, can you pull this off?
Not the
Okay,
second.
good. Gotcha. So like they just give you like we would love to see X, Y, and Z, but do what you want with that information. Okay, copy.
How can you put that together?
Yeah, okay.
Within your network. And your scope of abilities.
Yeah, facts. And then like, well, whenever they pretty much give you like the ingredients, like what's the mindset? Like, do you want? I mean, obviously you want every different event just to have its own identity. Right. You know what I mean? But like, what is the approach in being able to do that?
I guess so. Like, it's based off the exhibit first off, or like what's like happening at the time.
Yeah,
so, like,
right.
I think one of the first ones that I really like worked on, we had a metal. So there's a metals lab in Museum Lab.
Okay.
And they had a metals like showcase. And I remembered I knew somebody from Slippery Rock
Okay.
that did pinpoint art, Chris Norman.
Okay.
And it was just like really good alignment because at the time there was the face value exhibit, which was a portrait exhibit.
Okay.
And then they were like highlighting the metals lab, and they needed an event to like come together. And like one of the first people I thought of was like Chris, who does portraits with push pins.
That's crazy.
But,
Okay.
but like just
That's
to, like,
hard. Yeah.
remember
Right.
that. So it's just like, I don't know, again, like wherever that directory in my brain is of like bringing in those like people to that really actually do like embody what's happening, I think is really where I focus in on, is like you're a part of this. This is important to you as well.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Other people feel
100%. Yeah. Just like finding that link between the person you're asking what to do and like how it links to them.
Yes.
With what you want to do is crazy. And then you know, again, you tell me, like, because you know the Children's Museum is like a big entity, like I would call it a corporate, you know, entity.
I don't know. It's like nonprofit. So I don't know.
Is okay, all right. Well, it just even
it could feel like that.
yeah, you know, but no, I mean, like it's a good point. Like if it is nonprofit, like you know, I don't, you know, that space is definitely different. But just as far as like you know, throwing on events for the you know museum, you know, versus like you know your own events, like is there like like I don't want to say like a freedom drop off, but like is there kind of rules that like you have to play by more? Obviously, like if you're like working with the museum, like I was like it's a children's museum, you know what I mean? So like nothing can be too risque, obviously. Like
yeah, for sure. Like,
yeah,
I
right.
Learned that.
Yeah, the hard way, or like is it just like ish?
Yeah. Like it's definitely. There's been some times where I've had to censor things.
Yeah, right.
And artists might not be happy with that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
it's just like, listen, this is who's cutting the check. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, right.
But yeah, no, there's actually a lot of like freedom in what we are able to showcase and
that's
create
dope though. Yeah, facts.
Like they really do want kids to have like a real life experience.
That's dope.
They're not trying to like dumb it down.
Yeah.
Just because you're a kid. So
facts, 100%. What would you say to like, you know, again, just being in that environment, because like, you know, like again, you've been there for like, you know, 3 years now. What about that environment, like, or what elements of that job do you think helped you creatively?
Yeah, I have a lot of autonomy in my role.
Yeah.
So I was really able to like create all the concepts that I had in my head for a long time. So like I think honestly where I'm at now, knowing all of the things that I did at the museum and like all the different capacities, and just knowing that like I was able to execute this.
Yeah,
really
man.
Did, like,
facts.
Like, my confidence
100%.
Of, like, okay, yes, you're able to do this.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's been really great. And then yeah, just like being inspired by the artists that come in.
Yeah, right.
I'm,
that
so
helps a lot.
Blessed to be in the space, number one, like surrounded by art every day. But then, like, all the people I've met through it and, like, got to work with is amazing. So.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, no, I was just, you know, curious because, again, I mean, just, you know, even, you know, going back to, you know, when you did your first event in Slippery Rock, like, like, would you say, like, there was a change, like, the way you approach events from then to now? Or, like, is it pretty much, you know, same?
It's pretty much the
still
same.
Rocking the same?
Yeah, like, I still, like I said, it's that intention and people that are aligned with the project and just making sure that they care about it too, and the whole thing comes together.
100%. So, you know, moving on to super recent things. Just want to give you a big congrats on your Cadence collection, man. That dropped a few weeks ago, man. That's at the Pittsburgh airport right now till about March, right?
Yeah. So I am on the arts advisory committee at the airport. Just as like adjacent to what I do with the museum, they have a lot of cross collaboration there, and like we have like Kids Port out there. So the board kind of knew that I was doing projects. There was like a fashion exhibit at the museum, so they had like seen that, and then I had just talked about like the fashion shows that I directed. And they told me that I could do a fashion show there, and asked me to like put together a concept and an idea, and that's what I came up with.
Oh, for real? Okay, so then what, like, as far as you know, you hitting this milestone, like kind of exiting your 20s, how do you feel about that? I mean, like again, this is a huge event.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Yeah, I think some people took it as like I don't know, like some people kind of get worried about going into their 30s,
right?
But in the collection, each dress is kind of me owning each of the like the emotions that I had to like go through in my
Right.
20s, and it's kind of just like conquering that and like going into my 30s with like more confidence.
100%.
Yeah.
What made you, seek out, Kathy, and like her style of like, fashion to like, be able to, collaborate with her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She, like I said, we had a fashion exhibit at the museum
Okay.
that I was like really involved with, like curating and bringing the programming in, and she was one of the featured designers.
That's dope. Okay.
And so I had seen her work there, and I was like, this aligns really well. And I had like gone back and forth with concepts. Like I didn't know how many designers I was going to be able to work with,
Yeah.
what I was going to do. And that idea just kind of came to me, and I was like, no, this is just like a one collection thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to do too much with it. I really want that to have the impact, and her work just made sense. We're really, like I said, like aligned
Right.
where we're at career wise right now. Like I'm so excited for her.
No,
to
you
take
guys
off.
put on
Like,
a true spectacle. And just like even like with the airport as a venue, like how did you or why did you like choose that? Because like I think that's super unique, and like the way you pull it off was super unique. So how did you or like what made you seek out airport for the venue for the exhibit?
No, they came to me. Like
Oh shit! Oh no, yeah, you're lucky, right? Yeah, Kathy did say that. Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
That's nuts.
Wild dreams. Yeah,
That's crazy. I mean, like were you just kind of like scratching your head about like, yo, what the fuck am I about to do at an airport, bro? Like,
yeah. I was nervous.
like the fuck, like, where's my shit gonna go? Like baggage claim? Like, what are you all talking about?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's wild.
yeah. And it was cool though, because like the show itself was like flash mobby with everybody that was like traveling there.
Yeah, no, yeah, and like Kathy said the exact same thing, and like I can't imagine like yo, you come in like you got a connecting flight,
Yeah,
and you see a whole
camera crew.
yeah,
Literally,
like what
as you're
the
coming off
fuck,
the
like.
elevator, it was happening.
Facts,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
As we wind down here, Kat, again, I just want to thank you for your time. I do got one, quick last question. With the presence that you've already established in the city, and like it is, again, your reputation precedes, yourself. Is there any spaces that like you haven't explored that you want to?
I want to do a lot more traveling, and
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
excited to like see.
Oh,
new
yeah.
things
You let me know about a big trip. I mean, I don't want to. I mean, I'll let you know. But yeah, I mean, you're well on your way to do that for sure. Yeah.
And maybe like more like individual curating, I think,
Okay.
is what I want to get into next.
No, super. No, I respect it all, Kat. I just want to say thank you so much again, because like I know you don't pop up for everybody, and you're a very busy person. So I just want to thank you for taking the time. I think people who may not know your story are going to get a lot out of this, and they're just gonna like, hey, just see how you vibe, and like,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be good for people. But this is just the point of the pod where the floor is yours. You got anything like you want to promote, where people can find you if you want to be found, plug any of of the brands where they can find the brands and stuff like that. But again, thank you so much for taking the time, and we appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you. So
Of course,
much.
absolutely.
Yeah. I guess you can find me. My Instagram is just my name. It's cat_Burton. And then, like I said, I'm at Museum Lab and the Children's Museum with a lot of the work that I'm doing. We have an event coming up in November. I didn't really touch on this, but there's a residency that I created for the museum, and the event is going to be showcased on November 8th. So if you're interested in seeing that, you can follow Museum Lab at Museum Lab with an underscore, I think. And yeah.
Love it, love it. Thank you so much, Kat. Again, listen, MIC Podcast, episode 137. The Kat Burton in the building. And we're out, bro. Peace.